Welcome to English 3301, Technical and Professional Writing. This video will be a short introduction and overview to Blackboard and some aspects of the course. Do remember that if you have questions or problems, need help or tutorials with Blackboard and other campus technologies, your first stop should be the A&M Corpus Christi Office of Distance Education. There are loads of resources for students there at iol.tamucc.edu. This is an online course, so we will be using Blackboard for our interactions. The menu to the left has all the major sections of the course. This will be the landing page that you'll see every time you log into the course. Notifications, calendar, and announcements are fairly standard, and you should be able to get to know those on your own. In terms of this course, you'll want to make sure and download the syllabus. Keep a copy of that on your computer. It has important information and policies about the course. You'll also find instructor information and a resources section that will become more populated as we go through the semester. The most important section of the course is down here, assignments and discussion forums. Course content is where you'll find most of the action areas of the course. Information about textbooks, PowerPoints from each chapter of our textbook that you'll need to download, and you do want to make sure and get a copy of the Essentials of Technical Communication. It'll be vital to your success. The rest of this course content section is made up of weekly activities, which is really the centerpiece of the course, weekly quizzes, which you'll also want to check regularly, and then the 4 major assignments. I'll explain those more in another video later in the course. The weekly activities section is where you'll find links to discussion forums and activities, and this area makes up a big chunk of your grade. Since we won't meet face-to-face, our main source of interaction is going to be here. As you can see, I've organized the course by week. Within each folder, you'll find this week's schedule, which delineates what you need to read and what activities are due. For example, on August 30th, there's a Chapter 1 quiz. You'll need to go back to the quizzes folder to get to that. And then there's an exercise due in the exercise forum. Then on September 1st, there's a discussion forum due. Notice that both of the forums, the exercise forum and the discussion forum, there are links set up later in the page, as well as relevant videos or attachments. Make sure that you read the prompts here very carefully and that you check on due dates and due times. Normally you need to complete quizzes by 11:59, and then normally you need to complete exercise or discussion forums by 5 o'clock, and then a response to other students later that evening by 11:59. Normally due dates are set up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but you can complete those at any time. Early work is permitted. So you can see that for week 1, the schedule is here, a section titled Next Week, but it doesn't go into great detail about the things that are due. So make sure that you're looking a week ahead so you can see specific exercise and discussion assignments and due dates if those are there. Late work does receive a penalty in this class. Now, a lot of our interaction is going to take place on discussion boards that we'll link to from a weekly basis, but 2 forums are going to be particularly useful and important to us. One of these is the Chatter forum. You can get to it from the link on the left, or you can click on discussion boards and land on it here. This is a place for social discussions, random discussions of pretty much whatever. This will be a place where you'll post your introductory bios. The Troubleshooting Forum is also going to be very important. If you have a question, if you have a problem, if the technology is not working, or you are looking for a particular resource, or you need help understanding something from the textbook, or you just don't really understand what's going on with this part of the assignment, you can post those questions in our Troubleshooting Forum. Obviously, you can email me, and I'm happy and excited to give you responses to your questions, and that should probably be a good stop for you. But I'm always going to encourage us to post questions to the Troubleshooting Forum. certainly that gives me an opportunity to log some of the common, frequently asked issues, but it also gives you the chance as a student to share an answer, to share a solution. So if somebody posts something in the forum and you know the answer, then go for it. That's a short overview of everything that's going on in the course. Again, I'll go into more detail about some aspects of the course in other videos, but just know that you'll definitely want to make sure and check out weekly activities and look forward, make note of key due dates for the first couple of weeks of class so that we don't get behind. Thank you and welcome to the course.